Yeah, I don't think there's much else I can do about that. If you look this way, your face is. I guess I could put it over here. I'm gonna do that, yeah. This is the camera. Oh. Okay, we'll go with that. Is that better? Yes. Okay, that should work. What is your name at the jail?
Benjamin Keogh.
Good morning to you. I'm Magistrate Garwood. I'm going to be handling your case today.
Okay, thank you.
All right, a couple things before we get too far into your case. This is case WCSD 23-53949. We are doing your hearing by Zoom. If something happens that you can't hear or see me, let me know right away. Otherwise, I am going to assume that our connection's working just fine, okay?
You're just a little to the right of the screen. I can't actually see you.
I am dead center on the screen. Oh, that he's seeing the other screen. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, can you see me now?
No, now there's a gray circle.
Okay. Can you just see one person on your screen?
Yeah, I saw the magistrate, but she was kind of off the screen, but it's okay that way. It's fine.
So what you can do is you can ask the jail, you can ask a staff member to come in and they can change the configuration on your screen. Right now you're probably on view speaker.
Okay, want me to do that real quick?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing you probably want to see who's talking to you, right?
And I can see you now. I can see you now.
Okay, now, hold on. We have to rearrange. Okay. We will try it again. All right, so you can see me now.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the other thing I want to make you aware of, the courthouse is closed to the public today. The public has the right to hear and see what's happening here in the courtroom. So our cases are being broadcast live on our YouTube channel. And when we are done, they will be taken off of the YouTube channel, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so then we will proceed. I'll advise you of your rights. You are charged with a felony, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, the court will refer you to the local appointing authority for them to make investigation as to representation. You also have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of today, a preliminary examination within 21 days of today, and you have the right to a trial. Do you understand your rights as I've explained them to you, sir?
I do understand, but I'll need them on paper too. So.
Try that one. I'm having trouble hearing you. Say it one more time. You understand, but
I will need them on paper eventually too, just to like go over them, just so I know when things are.
well, you're going to get a notice to appear when we're done. That's going to have your next court dates, and you can certainly ask the public defender to go over that with you if that's something that you need. You're also going to, if you haven't yet, be presented with an advice of rights form. And that has the details as well of what your rights are. Okay. Okay, then we are going to proceed. I'll have the public defender represent you today. That'll be through Ms. Coons, who I believe you already met with. And then I'll sign the paperwork for a referral to the local appointing authority. So with that, we will proceed with appearances by counsel, and we will start with the prosecutor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Grace Broughton, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good Good morning.
Bridget
Go ahead.
Coons, Bridget Coons from the Public Defender's Office on behalf of Mr. Kia.
Thank you. And sir, Mr. Q, you've given your contact information to the public defender. You don't have a telephone number?
No, I do not.
Okay, but you have an email address.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have access to that email?
Yes, ma'am.
If there's any change to your contact information, you are required to notify the court, and certainly you'll want to make the public defender aware, okay?
Okay.
With that, we will proceed. Counsel, Ms. Coons, would you like me to read the complaint in this matter, or do you waive formal reading?
We'd like to waive formal reading and plead not guilty.
Okay, very good. So, sir, you are here on the single count accessory after the fact to a felony, and I've advised you of your rights. We'll have you stand mute today. That means you'll remain silent as to the charge. I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I will schedule you for your next court date. That is a probable cause conference. And again, you'll get a notice to appear and you'll receive additional information from the public defender. That probable cause conference is going to be July 20th at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as your case can be called. That will be through the 14A1 District Court in front of Judge Simpson. At that point, he will either schedule you for another probable cause conference or for a preliminary examination or whatever other action is appropriate. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so the next thing we'll need to address in this matter is bond. And there are two parts to bond. Bond conditions, those are things the court tells you you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you are subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today or whether you have to post a bond in order to be released. Before I make any decisions regarding bond or bond conditions, I will hear from the prosecutor if they wish to be heard. I do have a written request from them. I will also hear from Ms. Coons on your behalf if she wishes to present any arguments. I have a written request from law enforcement and the prosecutor. I'll take that into consideration. And we did hear testimony from the sheriff's department regarding what allegedly took place on the day in question. All of that information goes into my consideration. I'll go through your bond condition and you will get a copy of them as well. Would people like to be heard?
Very briefly, Your Honor, we would request a $500,000 high cash bond as per the form.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, we would be asking for a possible nominal bond with a GPS tether. I think this is a case where the client was in the wrong place at the wrong time. An incident happened and he acted in a state of emergency. Without going too much into detail, he did feel coerced in the situation. The co-defendant did barricade himself and Mr. Kiev in the house. He doesn't have a phone to where he was able to call the police, but upon exiting the barricade, he did cooperate. He did surrender himself to the police as well as began answering questions. The bond form did have a box checked for assaultive history. I did talk to the client who said that his only prior offenses was DUIs. I did run an iChat and I only seen the DUIs. I did not see any assaultive history. Mr. Kiev is currently in schooling. He attends the Michigan Institute of Aviation Technology. He only has one more test to complete, and then he'll receive his certificate and be able to start working on planes. He does study C program as well, which is a computer program, and does graphics for C. He is self-employed. He works as a laborer in construction. However, he does also have a job lined up at Aubrey's. He's going to receive his first schedule on Thursday. He is a CMH patient. He does have a treatment plan in place, which he does follow. He also attends weekly AA meetings. He is a low income and receives state assistance, and essentially any monetary component he would not be able to afford. So for those reasons, we would be asking for a nominal bond with a GPS tether.
Thank you. I need just 1 minute before I can make a ruling on this.
Thank you.
We have people in the lobby. The sound's not coming was earlier, but it's not now.
That actually does have security. We have no control of it.
Well,
Out there.
For some reason it was working and now it's not working.
Yeah, all I know is it's at the security location that they have a remote there and they are the ones that can control the value. That's
We have, I mean, I could see if I had done something, but all of a sudden it just quit working. So I was telling
So the other option is anyone can, we're live on our YouTube channel.
okay,
So if the technology is not working in the lobby, they can certainly go on to YouTube and it's under Elisha Fink's
okay, I'll tell him that then.
channel. Do you know who they're here for?
Yes, his son's name is Webb,
Okay, so we haven't taken care of him yet.
right?
But they're welcome to go onto the YouTube channel and then they should be able to watch.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Do you just want to make sure that recording is still working, that you can still hear us, just in case? Sorry, just a slight technical issue. Testing. Testing. Okay, it's still recording. Okay, sorry about that. Can I go?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I heard you.
Okay, all right. All right, so at this point, did the people have anything further to offer in response?
Nothing that the officer has already testified to, nothing. to
Thank
add.
you. All right, so I have had an opportunity this morning to hear testimony regarding what took place on the day in question out at International Drive. That was July 6th. And it sounds like from the testimony we heard that it was that Mr. Keogh's, he did actually have some involvement as an accessory after the fact. That's the facts that I heard this morning. And so that gives the court pause and concern what to do with it. And so certainly a personal recognizance bond would not be appropriate in this matter. I appreciate that the defendant perhaps does not have a lot of financial resources himself, it sounds like, based upon what Ms. Coons has presented to the court. But the purpose of bond is not for the court to set a bond that a defendant can definitely post. The purpose of bond is for the court to set a bond that will keep the community at large safe and ensure that someone comes back to court in the event that they are a flight risk. And the testimony that I heard is concerning. It makes me concerned for the safety of the community at large. And so I believe that a cash component, and not a small cash component, is appropriate in this matter. The bond conditions will be as follows. You are not to use, purchase, or possess any firearms, ammunition, or dangerous weapons, nor are you to be with anybody who has any of those items. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In the event that you are able to post your bond, you are going to have supervision with our community corrections department that's going to include drug and alcohol testing. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are not to use, purchase, or possess any alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. You're not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. Do you understand?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Can I have the other file, please? You are to have no contact with Ronnie Magbray. Do you understand?
I just hope he doesn't try and contact me, but I'm not going to try and contact him, and I will alert the police on immediately if he does try to contact me.
He's going to have the same restriction that he can't have contact with you.
Okay.
You are to have no contact with any immediate family members of Hiram O'Neill. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. When I say no contact, no direct or indirect contact with those individuals in person or through others, no telephone, email, texting, internet, or social media. Don't direct other people to be in touch with them on your behalf. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are not to go to the home of Mr. Magray as well. You are not to violate any criminal law. You're required to appear at any and all court hearings and other places as directed by the court. All of your conditions, they exist whether you're in custody or out of custody, and they remain in full force and effect until changed by the court. Additionally, in the event that you are able to post the bond that I'm going to set, you will have to have a GPS tracker affixed to you prior to your release to ensure that we are aware of where you are while your case is pending. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions regarding your conditions?
I would just like to let the court know that like Ronnie was staying with me for just a few weeks and showed signs of non-sanity and like just like
I'm gonna stop you for a second.
yeah.
I want to remind you, and Ms. Coons was leaning in to do the same thing. I want to remind you that anything you say can be used against you, and you want to be very careful with what you say. Even the smallest thing can become incriminating later in your case. So I would just caution you to say anything about your interactions with Mr. Magray.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till I talk to my attorney then.
I think
Okay,
that's a
I
good
think
idea.
that's a great idea.
Okay.
All right, so as far as the actual, those are your conditions. As far as the actual bond amount is concerned, as I said, I am concerned for the safety of the community at large. And based upon the testimony and information that's been presented to me, and for all the reasons that I've already stated on the record, I am going to set a cash bond in this matter. In order to be released, that bond would have to be posted, and you have to have the tether placed prior to your release. Tethers aren't done on the weekends. The next time a tether will be available will be on Monday morning. As soon as community corrections is open. Your bond is going to be $500,000. Cash or surety, no 10% privilege. Anything further, Ms. Coons?
Nothing further. Thank you.
And anything further from the people?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And any questions at this point, sir?
No, I don't know. I didn't know anybody with that money.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you. One more time.
I don't even know a person with that much money.
Okay, well, in the event that you can't post that bond, then you will remain in custody until your next court date. Again, I've given you the next available date that we have. That's a probable cause conference on July 20th, and that's at 9 a.m. or soon thereafter as your case can be called. You are all set. You can stand up and go to the door to let the jail staff know that you are done. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
They said right is releases.
Okay. I'm told by the jail that Mr. Magray is not willing to participate today. At the jail, is that correct? Mr. Magray is not willing to participate?
That is correct.
Okay, so for Mr. Magray, he will continue to be held with no bond until he is seen. So we will try again tomorrow. I'm told that he has some felony holds, so those wouldn't be taken care of until Monday. I'm
Okay.
hoping he'll change his mind and we can at least take care of him tomorrow.
Okay. You ready for this?
All right, so we still need to get paperwork on Williams. We haven't done the swear to. So you're welcome to seat the person if you want, and I'll figure out what the situation is with the paperwork.
All righty, I'll do that.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So do you have paperwork for that, Ellen?
I'm entering right now. If we want to Ticket to do the swear to.
And who is doing this swear to?
It's YPD. I sent an email to their whole list and said this is the Zoom information for swear to, and no one's responded.
Okay. And is there anyone else?
I have no other paperwork for anybody else. I know basically what she's working.
Ms. Broughton, do we have paperwork for Webb?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we should have all the paperwork for Webb.
And Randall.
And what's the status of that paperwork? Has it gone back to be signed to the agency?
I believe so, Judge. I can double check right now. 1 minute.
So we're waiting for somebody from YPD to do the swear to for Williams.
A little bit of an issue with Williams. It's a DD case, but they provided a bond form with no permission.
Okay, so we'll have to ask them for the swear to.
Okay, so just leave it.
Yeah, and then we'll have to go off of YouTube while we get that in. Well, we can maybe do that through the chat.
Like they don't provide their date of birth or anything.
Oh, it's amazing.
Sorry, are you missing something, Judge, that I need to get to you? Bond form?
Well, I need somebody from IPSI to do the swear to for Williams. Okay. So I need someone to do the swear to for Williams, and then I need the same for Webb. What agency is Webb?
Webb is. What's intelligence?
And
It's Ann Arbor.
Yes. Ann
Okay.
Arbor.
Are you Ms. Williams? You are muted. You can stay muted for now. I will tell you, we are waiting for an officer to do the swear to so that I know what the circumstances are of your case. I can't proceed until I have paperwork, and I have no paperwork. So we've sent a request to them. I'm hoping to have that swear to happen shortly, but we will wait and see. Okay. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Very good. The court will reflect a thumbs up from Ms. Williams.
Is there any way I can be put in a breakout room with Miss Williams so I can do the interview?
Absolutely. I think I can.
or do you, can you do it or
I think I can do it. I think I'm running the Zoom show. Not that I want to be.
sorry.
No worries. All right. Bear with me while I drive. And then Ms. Williams, you're going to need to be unmuted. I don't know if that means you have to get somebody to come do that for you, or if you can do it yourself. And then you're going to have to accept the invitation to go to the breakout room. I'm sorry, I still have Keo. I'm putting the conditions in still.
Oh, no, no problem. I'm in a so.
Can you hear me?
Yep, so there should be an invitation on your screen to join a breakout room. Do you see that?
You can hear me?
Did something? Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay. I just needed to unmute, but I did it already. Thank you. Should I click join on?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. You can do about that.
That's another email.
Corrections tab, you make sure it's populated before you send it.
Yes, yep, I've learned that I have to do something. So I
Okay.
have to, yeah, I got it.
Awesome, thank you. These two, they just keep here.
Okay. You'll all process this. Oh, okay, it was only one other two.
Not a successful morning, so.
We were ready, but they weren't.
Okay, there's
I
Kia.
have no idea how it was. I'm gonna get going over to you. So something another email.
Well, it's 11:04. We will wait for just a few minutes. And we're waiting on Ann Arbor too. For Webb.
Yes. but
Webb was
we don't have-
authorized?
She said she's working on it. But we don't have. Only paperwork I asked for.
All right, both of those are sent to you. And now we will wait. So because it's 11:06, I'm gonna wait until about 11:30. Okay. Sure.
Have it and I will process.
Thank you, Ann.
Yeah, it's very weird on that bond call. There's nothing.
We don't even have a signed copy yet.
I don't have her date of birth or, that's not, I didn't even know that's not signed either. Yeah, no one, I have, like, the email was YPD warrants, and I sent them a Zoom link, and I also asked who's gonna be doing this. Nobody's responding. I included Kristen, who sent me the paperwork.
Okay, so I have paperwork on Webb. I'm gonna forward that to you. This went to me.
Oh, I want you to, okay.
Standard drug and alcohol testing, and then GPS tether prior to release, please.
It's frustrating that those community correction forms come over and not anything in the order. So if I don't locate it, yeah, I do it again. It goes down to nothing but your signature.
That's not okay.
No, it's not.
Right, so I'm sending you 2 emails from APD, and Webb is a misdemeanor. I'm just going to have her so we now have the paperwork that she has signed on Webb, and I've emailed that to you. I'm sorry to point at you.
No, you're fine.
I will send her the.
It's so weird when you get emails that like right now it has to scan them before they let you see.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just emailed out to see the status on Williams. And we received an email that Williams is going tomorrow per the jail. And Webb is I'm guessing Rebecca Singer, and I don't have her number. I tried to contact somebody from that agency to get somebody to swear it in.
I have her contact. She sent me an email, so I have it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you do a bond form for Webb? Ms. Broughton?
I believe I did. I can double check.
It is not attached to what I received from Ann Arbor. Could you send that to us here in the courtroom? Could you send that to Elin, please?
Of course, I will.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not attached to either email. At this point, I'm waiting for Rebecca Singer to come in, and then she just said Williams is going to go tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Okay. I'll get this back to you.
That's the email that's she's going to.
So Williams will go here. All right, and now we're just waiting for Singer. Hi, can you jump onto our Zoom call so we can proceed? Okay, I'm sorry. The equipment's all different here and I can't use, there's no phone on the bench anymore. Is this a misdemeanor? Oh, well, then we can do it this way. Can you, I don't even need to record it. Hold on one second. All right, for Corbin Avery Webb, can you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the information contained in your complaint is true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief? Okay, I will sign it and we will get him taken care of shortly. Thank you for your help. Who's the other one? What's the defendant's name? Haven't heard of him. Yeah. Haven't heard of him. Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably go tomorrow. Because it's 11:15. So, but I'll wait and see what she has to say. Okay, thank you. Bye. All right, so this is done. Let me sign this. So I guess when the jail comes out of the breakout room, then we'll have them switch Williams for Webb. And Rebecca Singer said she'll do the swear to for Randall when and if that happens. Again, 11:15. Oh,
But,
I heard that. Yeah.
I was a little upset about that, but, yeah, I found it, that's how I found out afterwards. Whatever you guys do, if it changes or whatever, I have to do some sort of update. You know, would have been nice to know.
Yeah. Do you have any docket cards? In your
Oh,
docket?
I do actually. Well, I think I brought some in here, didn't I? No, maybe I did. I did bring some in. I thought about it. I remember you were looking for it before.
And then I see one. And then, thank you. And then Grace said she was going to send you the bond loan.
She sent it, but for some reason this thing has to scan it before I can find it. I'll see if it's done scanning. Yeah, every email we get, it goes through some sort of scan. And you have to wait. Until it's done.
Okay. All right, I'll fill out this while we're waiting. Welcome back, Ms. Coons. I have news. I'm told that Williams is actually not going to go today.
Okay.
And while you were away, I got paperwork on Webb. It's a misdemeanor, breaking and entering a legal entry without owner's permission. So, did you have a chance to speak with Corbin Webb?
I did not.
Okay, so I will change the breakout room. I'll close the breakout room to get them out. I'm going to close the breakout room and then the jail. Well, let me see what I can do here. I might be able to move her. I'll try to move first. If that doesn't work, then I'll close the breakout room and then we'll get you the right person.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
I think they're coming in. Ms. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes.
I am told that your paperwork is not going to be ready today and you will actually be seen tomorrow. And as I told you, I'm sorry, but I can't see you until I have paperwork, and I don't have the paperwork. So we will see you tomorrow. We will start at 10. And I am sorry for that delay. I have no idea what's happening at IPSI and why I don't have the paperwork. So, but we will certainly see you tomorrow once we have the paperwork. So you can go to the door to let the jail staff know, and if you don't mind sending them back to me.
You can't, like, there's no way you guys can get it faster?
So, yeah, so I've had my staff send multiple requests to Ypsilanti asking what the status is, and they, I don't know what the issue is. I just know that I don't have any paperwork, and I can't see you if I don't have paperwork, and I am sorry for that, but I can't guess what you're being charged with or what the circumstances are. So we will see you tomorrow, and I am sorry.
Like, oh my goodness, I am in here cramping. All of this for nothing?
Okay, well, I'm gonna caution you not to say anything about whatever the charges are, whatever the charges may be, because I don't want something you say to be used against you. So again, once we have the paperwork, we'll be able to proceed, but I'm told we won't have it today. So tomorrow we'll be all ready to go with you. And if you want to let the jail staff know that you're done, and then we will proceed with the next person.
Even
Thank
if you guys get it before everyone's done with court today?
So I have one more person to see. If paperwork magically arrives, which I don't think it's going to, but if paperwork arrives and I'm still on the bench, then I will take care of you. But I've been told that the paperwork's not coming today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. They just said my kid till tomorrow. I send it back to you tomorrow.
So I'm told Williams is going tomorrow. And so at this point, we're looking for Mr. Webb so he can talk to the public defender.
Mr. Webb, I got you.
Thank you. Can I see the bond form and then I can tell you?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Shan't drive blind. I'm not gonna drive blind.
I get you.
Thank you.
So it is July 19th. But when they put Zoom or in person, what am I putting?
Do we know who the judge will be? Yeah, so he can do either. So you can put Zoom in. What time did you say? I'm sorry.
July 19th at 9.
Was there a sooner date?
That's the only date they gave for immediate arraignment.
Okay, thank you.
But he
Yes. Yeah. Which they've actually closed, so that's actually not a good date, but that's okay.
Thank you.
Mhm. Um, so we can send a message. We'll be with you in just 1 second. We can send an email to, just send one to Singer. To Rebecca Singer and say, can I please have this information? She should be able to help you. Are you Mr. Webb?
Hi.
Hi. I'm Magistrate Garwood. I'm going to handle your case today. Before I do that, I want to give you an opportunity to talk to the public defender who will be assisting you today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you into a breakout room with Ms. Coons, who hopefully you see on your screen now. And so the two of you can talk for a few minutes and then we will proceed, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ms. Coons, you might be able to still use your old link.
Yep, it's there.
Okay. All right, they are in the breakout room. Thank you. Thank you. I got it.
Well, did she send you the wrong?
What about Randall?
The framework.
Randall?
Randall, what, we didn't hear anything. Do you want me to message Grace? Or tomorrow, so I didn't understand what you're saying. So nobody's seen it. So listen, the jail. Forget.
There we go. All right, Mr. Webb, if you can hear me, looks like your cameras may be turned off.
Is it? It shouldn't be.
Yeah, all we can see is black.
It's on. Let me try to turn it off.
Yeah, I can't see you. So if you can get somebody from the sheriff's department to come in and help you.
Yeah, sure. Hey, excuse me? Could someone come help me? My screen is black on the county meeting. It's not because my video is off. I don't really know what's going on. It was on before, yeah.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, they can hear me too. It's just that the camera's black for some reason.
Oh.
I think the camera's just turned off.
Okay, well, at least you can still hear. Yeah,
I think you just need to start video.
Gotcha. All right, let's see here.
Stop back a minute. I'm gonna pull this cable.
Oh, there we go.
You working? All right.
Good, start working and then.
I think she said it started working. Is it working?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, perfect.
It just needs to be turned so we can see Mr. Webb.
On our end,
There we
it still says it. There's no video.
It's weird.
We can see you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're good. All right, we are back on the record. This is case AAPD 23-28611. Good morning to you. Can you tell me your name for the record, please?
Corbin Avery Webb.
Thank you. And Mr. Webb, I'm Magistrate Garwood. I'll handle your case today. I want to make you aware of a bit of housekeeping. First, we're doing this by Zoom. If something happens that you can't hear or see me, let me know right away. Otherwise, I will assume our connection's working just fine. Second, the courthouse is closed to the public today. The public has the right to hear and see what we're doing here in the courtroom. So this case is being broadcast live on our YouTube channel. And when we're done here today, it's going to come off of the YouTube channel. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Thank you. And you had a chance to speak with the public defender. When you spoke with Ms. Coons, you provided her with your current contact information. Is the information you provided true and accurate?
Yes.
Thank you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, the court will refer you to the local appointing authority and they will make investigation as to representation. That means they'll be in touch with you to get additional information, and then they'll handle things going forward. Additionally, you have the right to a trial. Do you understand your rights as I've explained them to you?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. We will proceed then with the public defender assisting you today through Ms. Coons, and counsel, you're welcome to proceed with appearances. We'll start with the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Grace Britton, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning.
Bridget Coons from the Public Defender's Office on behalf of Mr. Webb.
Good morning to you as well. Ms. Coons, would you like me to read the complaint in this matter? Or do you waive formal reading?
We would like to waive formal reading and stand mute.
Thank you. By standing mute, that means that you'll remain silent as to the single charge, and the court, with you standing mute, I'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule you for your next court date. This case will be assigned to Judge Perry at the 15th District Court, downtown Ann Arbor. She will be able to see you on July 19th at 9 a.m. or soon thereafter as your case can be called. You're welcome to participate on that day by Zoom or in person. That's your choice. You don't have to tell me now. We'll send you a notice to appear. You'll get additional information regarding that date from the Public Defender's Office. Do you understand?
I do understand.
So the next thing we'll need to address in this matter is bond. There are two parts to bond. Bond conditions. Those are things the court tells you you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you're subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today on your own or whether you'd have to post a bond in order to be released. Before I make any decisions regarding bond or bond conditions, I will hear from your counsel. I'll hear from Ms. Broughton if she wishes to be heard as well. I did have a chance to review her written request as well as the written request of law enforcement, and I've had a chance to review the complaint. Your bond conditions, they will be in writing. Would the people like to be heard in this matter?
Very briefly, Your Honor. Just to say that this is a case in which the defendant is a young man. He's 18 years old. He has, I think, one prior OWI. However, this was a terrifying situation for the family when he walked into their home unannounced. And I don't know if there was a drug problem or some reason for which he entered their house when the father was trying to keep him out. But for those reasons, Your Honor, that is why we're asking for the bond that we requested.
And can you tell me, counsel, at what approximate time did this take place?
Yes, Judge, I can pull up the police reports. I believe it was early this morning, I would like to say, but let me confirm that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Just taking a second to pull this up. Looks here like it happened 1:19 this morning.
1:19 a.m. Thank you. And no connection to the people who reside there. Is that correct?
None, no, Your Honor.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you. All right. Ms. Coons, would you like to address bond?
Yes, we would be asking for a personal bond in this matter. My client is an 18-year-old who just graduated high school last month. As Ms. Broughton stated, his only prior offense is a traffic-related OWI. He is working full-time right now at Forward Design as a laborer in Ann Arbor. He does have the local support of his mom and dad and lives within the local area. So for those reasons, we would be asking for a personal bond.
Do you have access to the complaints in front of you, Ms. Coons?
Yes, I do.
And is that I don't have your form yet. Is that the address where Mr. Webb resides?
No. Are you talking about the alleged incident, the address where he resides?
So I have an address, the house number is 922. Is that where Mr. Webb resides?
1 second.
I think Mr. Webb's doing a thumbs up. Is that right?
Yeah. 922 Raymond Street, Your Honor.
Okay, so anything further from the people?
There we go.
Council's muted, but she's shaking her head no, so we'll take that as a no. All right, so this is where we stand on this case. I'm going to set bond conditions for you. As a homeowner, this case is concerning because it's alleged at 1:19 in the morning, you were nowhere near where you live, several miles from where you live. And it's alleged that you entered someone's house without permission. And when you were told to leave, you refused. And that's of significant concern. That makes you a risk to have out in the community if you're entering random people's homes in the middle of the night where you don't live and then not leaving. That's a problem for the court. So, and the fact that you're 18, so I'm hoping that you weren't drunk because you're only 18. And that's a separate issue if you were drunk at the time. The information I have doesn't make any indication as far as if you were on something, what you were on. I don't want you to tell me any of that information. So I am concerned for the safety of the community at large based upon the information that's been presented to me. I'm going to set bond conditions that will hopefully help to keep everyone safe. You are not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No.
You are going to have intermediate supervision with our community corrections department. That's going to include drug and alcohol testing. That is to ensure that you are not using. Upon your release from jail, you'll have to report to community corrections. They are closed on the weekends. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are to have no assaultive behavior towards anyone. So do not assault, harass, intimidate, beat, molest, wound, or threaten anyone. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are to have no contact with any of the residents at 60 Westover. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are not to enter or go to that address, 60 Westover. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. You are not to commit any crimes while your case is pending. You're required to appear for any and all court hearings and other places as directed by the court. All of your conditions, they will exist whether you're in custody or out of custody, and they remain in full force and effect until changed by the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I am going to set a cash bond in this matter based upon the reasons I've stated on the record. I am concerned for the safety of the community at large when we have someone in the middle of the night entering into a home that is not theirs, that is not next door to their own house, you know, a circumstance like that, something where you know the people, when you're told to leave, you don't leave. That's actually kind of terrifying to me. So I'm going to set a cash bond in this matter. It's going to be $5,000 cash or surety, no 10% privilege. In order to be released, that bond would have to be posted. Again, if you are released over the weekend, on the next business day, you have to get to community corrections to begin your drug and alcohol testing. You'll have to bring photo ID and you have to have $12. If you don't have a photo ID, you can get your jail booking photos when you leave. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the people?
Your Honor, we would request a tether if he is released, or if he does post cash.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Sorry, Anna, did you mention tether if he is able to post bond? A tether requirement?
I'm still having trouble hearing you. One more time.
Tether,
It's
Your
kind of-
Honor? Are we able to ask for a tether requirement if he posts bond?
What kind of tether? I'm not going to put a tether so he doesn't go to that address.
Just to monitor where he is going.
A GPS tether?
Yes, please, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Coons, any response to that request?
So GPS tether is costly. We would ask that the court consider not applying it for the defendant.
Mr. Webb, are you working?
Yeah, full-time.
Where do you work?
I work technically 3 different jobs. I work for Forward Interior Design, which is why I went to that house that night, because we go to job sites and I thought that that was my job site. It was not my job site. But anyway, moving on from that, I also work at Liberty Athletic Club and I'm a referee for soccer on the weekends.
Okay, so how many hours a week on average do you work?
I think it's somewhere in the 50s, because I work 8 to 4 at the Forwards every single day, and then 3 of the days of the week I work 4 to 6:30 at Liberty. So I'm sorry, my head's pretty foggy right now. I can't really do the math, but it's somewhere around 50.
Okay, so based upon that information, I am going to order a GPS tether be placed prior to your release. And tethers are not placed on the weekends, they're only placed during weekdays. So that tether would be placed on Monday, and then you'd have to post the $5,000 bond. And then we'll be able to keep track of your whereabouts. Anything further from the people?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Coons, anything further?
Nothing further. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Webb, anything further?
No.
All right, then you are all set. You can stand up and go to the door to let the jail staff know you're done. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
So at this point, I have no additional paperwork. We will try again on Magray tomorrow and see what he wants to do. And he'll be held with no bond until such time as he is seen. On Williams, I'm still missing a signed complaint and haven't had a swear to, so she will be seen tomorrow. And was there a Randall?
Yes, Your Honor, can you hear me?
It's just kind of it's a little garbled.
I don't know why, and I apologize for that. Randall, I am waiting on testing of some suspected cocaine that was found. Once I have that lab report, I will add that charge if it is in fact cocaine, and that one will be ready to go early tomorrow.
Okay, so we will deal with that tomorrow. Is there anything else we need to address today?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Coons, anything further?
Nothing for me. Thank you.
All right, then
Nice
we
to
are
meet
all
you.
set. Thank you to the both of you. Everyone have a good day. The 1401 District Court will stand in recess.
Good day.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Coons.
Thank you. Looks like we're all set. Thank you to you at the jail.
All righty, thank you. Have a good one.
You as well.
Thank you.